Hey guys, Editing Sharon here. The intro for this video was too long, so I wanted to get on and make a shorter one, and also let you know that this video is one of two parts. That was not my initial plan, but the video would be like 50 minutes long if it wasn't, so I'm splitting it into two. This first part will be a shop my stash for fall makeup. Part two will be shop my stash for fall eyeshadow palettes. So stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoy, and I did listen to your comments from my last shop my stash, and you will see me going through my drawers and my thought process, what I'm picking, all of that, because I know you guys said you prefer that versus me just going over everything that I already picked off camera. So subscribe if you are interested in seeing more videos from me. I make a lot of beauty, lifestyle, mostly beauty videos. Sometimes there's some grocery hauls, Weight Watchers stuff thrown in there. So yeah, I'd love to have you, and give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and stay tuned for that part two on the eyeshadow palettes. All right, let's hop on in. Starting with foundation first. You can see I've got a lot going on here. About a year ago now, I did a foundation declutter, and it has gotten back out of hand. I'll have to deal with this at some point, but for now, we are just going to pick out a few foundations for the next coming weeks. I want to give some love to some things that I haven't used in a while, so I'm eyeing a few things here already. I'm thinking this Physicians Formula. I used to love this, and it's been a long time since I've worn it. And it's got a really good, like, kind of medium coverage with being really skin-like, so I think I'm going to go with this one for sure. And then also, this one here is calling my name. I recently had it in a bag to see about taking back to Ulta to return, but I think I only used it once. I don't remember why I wanted to return it. I don't know if I thought the shade wasn't right or I didn't like the finish, but I want to give this another go. It's the Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer, and mine's in Fair Light. So we're going to pull that one out as well. And I'm thinking I'd like another, maybe more full coverage kind of situation. So not sure what I want to do with that just yet. I'm thinking, I think I'm going to pull out this the Becca Ultimate Coverage 24-hour all-in-one. This might be a little bit light for me, but I'm sure I could fix it up with some bronzer if it is. Alright, so it's 3 foundations to start with. I'm sure that as the weeks go on, I'm going to want to pull other things from here, but I think that's a good starting point to give some love to some things I haven't used in a long time. Now here we've got primers, concealers, more primers, and then these are like color correctors here. So let's pull out a couple of primers and probably a couple concealers as well. This one's really calling my name, the Stila One Step Correct. I haven't used it a whole lot, and I'd really like to give this some more love and attention to see how I really feel about it. I'm not sure that this does a lot, but I have it, so let's use it. So let's pull that one out. NYX Angel Veil. I recently got this, and I haven't even tried it yet, so we're going to pull that one out. I've never ever used this, if you can believe it. I think it came out when it was like a dupe for the Smashbox Photo Focus. That's what I'm trying to say. The Photo Focus. I think this was a dupe for that, and I never did use it, so I picked it up recently, so let's try that one out. And now I'd also like to pick out a luminizing kind of primer, because I don't have one of those up there. So for that, I'm thinking maybe this one here from Essence. It's the Prime Plus Studio Glow Boosting and Pore Minimizing Primer. So let's try that one. For under eye corrector, I'm thinking I want to go with my Bobbi Brown corrector in Light Bisque. I think that's the one that works best for me. Yeah, it's kind of like a peachy kind of color. That one works really well, so I'm going to pull that one out. And for concealer, okay, I recently got this from Shiseido. It's their Synchro Skin Concealer, and I've only used it like once or twice. So let's pull that out and give that one a try. And then also, the Revlon Candid. I'm going to pull this one out as a drugstore concealer. This one was recommended by, I cannot for the life of me think of her name. I will pop her up on the screen because I really like watching her. I cannot believe I can't think of her name right now, but she talks about this all the time, and I picked it up on her recommendation. So I've only used it a couple of times, so I'd like to give this one some more love. And I think that wraps it up for primers and concealers. This is my bronzer and blush drawer. This is just got thrown on the top as a palette. It's a Glow Getter face palette from the brand Beauty in the Blink. This came in a subscription box, I believe, BoxyCharm. I haven't used it yet, and I'm actually thinking after looking at this, like these blushes up here look so beautiful for fall. So I think I'm going to pull this one out and use these blushes and highlighters for now. So I'm going to pull those out, and maybe one other blush, and of course some bronzer. So we'll have highlight covered with this. I think maybe I'll pick out one more just in case I don't like these, but I'm really loving all of these shades up here, especially these three on the end. They just look beautiful for fall, don't they? For bronzer, I think I'm going to pull out the Butter Bronzer, because if you can see here, right here, I've got some pan hit on this one, and I would really like to get some more pan used up on this one. I think that would be awesome. This one's in light bronzer. It's my favorite shade out of the two, just because I'm so pale. So I'm going to pull that out. And maybe one other. What do we want to do here? We've got this trio from Ulta Beauty. This was recommended by Jessica Braun, and I love it. It's really great. This is the e.l.f. bronzer, and honestly, I don't love it, and I think it's just because it's too dark for me. Like, if you look at these two, where I love this Physicians Formula, you'll see that big shade difference. I mean, that's a big shade difference, so I think that's mostly why I don't love it. I need a lighter shade, and I think they only make the one. So we won't be using that, but I think I'll pull out the Revlon Skin Lights Prismatic Bronzer. This one's really pretty, and it looks dark in the pan, but when I use like a diffuser brush with this, because it's got like that light shimmer kind of effect, it's really not too bad on the skin. Like, once it's diffused out and blended, it's just really pretty, and I like that it adds a little bit of extra glow. I think I want to pick out one blush, just in case I don't love those up there. Of course, I could come back and pull anything out that I want. But I'm thinking all those blushes in there were kind of dark, and I'm thinking I want one that's a little bit lighter. So I'm kind of eyeing some of these light blushes that I have here. Oh, I'm dropping things, and this is my Essence one that broke, but they don't make that shade anymore, and I'm so sad about it because I love it. Let's see, do I have any other light colored? That's kind of dark. Okay, so out of these three, I think I'll use the Milani. I haven't used that one in a really long time. This one's in Romantic Rose, and I love this blush. Any blush like this that you can barely see, I absolutely love on my pale skin. So I'm going to pull that one out. So here we have highlighters, cream bronzers and blushes, and contour palettes. And some of my larger, like my Jaclyn Hill Duo, the blush bronzer duos in here. So that palette that I picked did have some really good highlights, but let's just pick out one more. Those up there looked kind of intense in terms of highlights, so I'm thinking I want one that's not quite so intense. So something along the lines of my Pure, or the Essence Pure Nude, or this Hourglass. I'm thinking between those three. I would say those are my three most subtle bronzers, or not bronzers, highlights that I have. So let's do my Pure Afterglow, because I haven't used this in a long time. And I've mentioned this before, but if you're new, I've had this for so long, like a kind of gross amount of years. But it's a powder, so I'm not that worried about it. I'm so shocked that I haven't hit pan. It must have a lot of product in here. I don't even know that I've ever looked. It's got 0.28 ounces. Yeah, it says it has a 6-month shelf life, and it's absolutely been longer than 6 months that I've had this, so oh well. But they changed the formula of this. I have it right here. I'll show you. I finally went ahead and bought it. Look at the difference. You can see that right there. There is a huge difference. Let me swatch them. Even the texture feels different. Look at that difference there. This is like a beautiful candlelit light, and this is like straight up gold. I mean, but they're still called Afterglow. So yeah, they reformulated and completely changed it, and I do not like that gold. Not at all. I'm so disappointed. So I mean, I guess I'm thankful that this hasn't hit pan yet because I love it so much. It's such a beautiful, subtle highlight, and I think it's beautiful. So we're going to pull that one out. For contour, I do want to pull something out for that. I'm thinking I'll pull out my Fiona Styles palette. I've mentioned this before on my channel. I don't believe they make this anymore because I think Fiona Styles stopped making makeup. But this, in case you're wondering, is the light medium palette. I absolutely love this. It's so perfect. I wish they still had it. I mean, you can always try looking for it online. Maybe like someone on Mercari has it. But it's absolutely hands down my favorite contour palette. So here is like the eye drawer. So we've got lash primers, brow products are in these two. All my mascaras, you can tell I freaking love mascara. This is way too much that anyone should ever have open at once, but I adore mascara. My eyeliners, eye primers. These are cream products here, and then these are all my singles. So let's start shopping, shall we? I'm thinking for primer, I think we're going to try out the Voluminous Lash Paradise Primer from L'Oreal. It's not my favorite, but I'd like to use it up, so we're going to pull that one out. For brows, I'm thinking the... let's do the Makeup Forever Brow Gel. I haven't used that one too much. It's got a really nice brush where it's like really short on this one side and really long on the other. If you can see that. Really long. So I really like this. So let's use that. For brow pencil, I know I want to use my Benefit Gimme Brow, or Goof Proof brow pencil, sorry. Because this is literally all that I have left of it. Can you see that? That's all that's left. So I'm really excited to get that used up. So let's pick out another one because I know that I'll get that used up. And you know what? I'm going to pull out the L'Oreal Micro Ink Brow Pen. I haven't used this in so long. So it's got those like little nubs, so it's like it can make brow hairs. This might be too light for me. I'm not sure, but let's pull it out. I haven't played with this like in over a year, I know. Okay, for mascara, I just picked up some new ones at Ulta. I picked up the L'Oreal Telescopic and the L'Oreal Voluminous. They were having a sale. It might still be going on, I'm not sure. For L'Oreal mascaras or 2 for $15. That's what they were. So I think they might technically be cheaper at Walmart. I'm not really sure. But 2 for $15 is not a bad deal on L'Oreal because L'Oreal is expensive. So I did pick up both of these. So the Voluminous Original and Telescopic, I'd like to pull these out and give them a try. But let's pick something else. This one's calling my name Man Eater. I really haven't used this at all. I forget how I got it. It must have been in a subscription box. It's a bristle rubber wand. So I think we're going to try that one. Okay, so for liners, primers, we need a primer. I'm going to go with the NYX Ultimate. This is the Shadow and Liner Primer. It's new, so I'd like to try that out. I actually have it in 2 different shades. I got light and medium. I swatched them both. Honestly, they look the same. I feel like I got duped getting a different shade. I thought there would actually be like pigment to it on your eyes, but I don't really think that's the case. So we're going to try that though for primer this week. I have to use eyeshadow primer every single week, hands down. Like I cannot not use it. I have to have it. Okay, for liner, I'm going with one of my favorites right now. It's the Urban Decay Demolition Liner. It's a really nice brown. I've been absolutely loving this. You can see it's so short. I kind of wanted to pull it out just to see if I can't use it up, because I don't know that I've ever used up a sharpening pencil like this ever, like ever. And just for perspective, it was new when I got this one in 0. Look at that difference. I have just been loving that liner. So we're going to pull that out as a pencil liner, but I'd also like to pull out a liquid. And for that, let's do the Stila Stay All Day. I haven't used this in a while. It's not my 100% favorite because it is a felt tip pen, and I typically prefer a brush tip, but I have this, so let's use it. Now, I do always like to pull out a single shadow or two, just to, you know, use them up. So for that, this one here is Calling My Name from L'Oreal. It's the Infallible in Amber Rush. And if you've been under a rock and somehow haven't seen this swatched, I will show it to you because it's the most gorgeous shade. Look, it's like molten. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So, since I'm kind of centering this like around fall, I hope you can see that really well. I kind of swatched it funny on my wrist, but it's so beautiful, and this really looks like a great fall color to me. So I'm going to pick that out, and then I think I'm going to pull out my Single Shadow and Brulee from Wet n Wild, just as like a one to lay down on the lid if I need it for a blending color. I haven't used that in a while. And I want to pull out a cream. I have not used this Profusion one. I don't know if I've really ever used it. And it looks pretty, like a gold. Kind of a champagne gold base. So let's pull that out and see if we can't use that under some shadows this week. Alright, down here we've got powders and setting sprays, so let's pick out some things there. I know first thing I'm reaching for is from NYX. It's new. It's their Can't Stop, Won't Stop powder. I got mine in the shade Light. I have not yet used this, so I'm excited for that. So I'm going to pull that out. And I'd also like to pull out a loose powder. And I'm thinking for that, I'm going to go with the Coty Airspun because it's just such a great neutral powder. It works so, so well. And I haven't used it in a long time. Like, I've recently been using my Laura Mercier or the Maybelline Fit Me. So I'm going to give this one some love. For a setting spray, I think, you know what? Let's see. I don't love this one from Revlon because it's scented like cucumbers. I don't love that, so I never hardly use that. I love Milani Make It Last, and look at this jumbo size. Did you know you could buy a jumbo size? It's awesome. I'm thinking, though, that I don't know, I'm really gravitating towards this one from L'Oreal, the Gloomy Shake and Glow Dew Mist. I really haven't used this very much, and I don't know that it really does much. I know some people say that it really, you know, makes a difference in their glow factor, but I don't know that I really see that difference. So I'm going to try it out. Alright, now lips. We need some good fall lip colors. So what are we going with? Let's see. I always like a good neutral for sure. We need a good neutral. Okay, I want to pull out, where is it? I just got a new one at the cosmetic company. I went there like last weekend. Here it is. The Too Faced Melted Gingerbread. Like, hello, look at that, like, orange. Yes, I want to try that. I haven't even worn that one yet. And then, let's see. This one looks really pretty from Ulta. This is in Monarchy. These are lip gloss stain, so I really love these. This looks like a great neutral, so I'm going to pull that out. I also need a good lip liner. I'm going to go with one of just my favorites for lining my lips. It's the Naked 2. I'm going to pull that out. Also, this one here, I just picked up at Ulta yesterday. It's from LA Girl. It's their lip primer. It says that it's a matte base, anti-feathering, so kind of like a clear, it's like a clear lip balm that you put on first, and it's supposed to like mattify your lips, but it felt really comfortable. I just tried it on yesterday. I haven't done any products over it, but I did try it on yesterday, and it felt really comfortable. So I'm going to pull that out. I think I want to pull out a dark color, and this is from the Gilmore Girls Ulta Beauty collection. I don't remember which shade this is because they actually did not put the shades on here. It was like on the plastic that you pulled off. But this one's like a really pretty deep berry. So that'll be fun. I'll see if I can't try that. I don't think I've used it yet. And then I'm just going to pull out Dolly just as another really good neutral. It's one of my all-time favorite lip colors. It's just perfect for me. I'm going to pull that out. So I think that's a really good array. We've got a couple of good neutrals. We've got some fun fall colors. So I think that's going to be perfect. So here is an overview of the everyday makeup drawer. My typical setup here. Primers, foundation, setting spray. That's my sunscreen I use. I've got my powders back here. Here are concealers, eyebrow products, lip products. This is my whole row of bronzers, blush, highlight, and then we've got eye products. So my primer, liner, mascara, all that. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that Shop My Stash Sunday Fall Edition. I'm really happy with everything I pulled. Yeah, let me know if you're interested in anything in particular that I showed in this, or things that you'd like to see individual videos on. I'd be happy to do that. Let me know what you're most excited for with fall makeup. I would love if you guys would subscribe if you haven't and you're still watching. Like, what are you doing? Subscribe to this channel. And yeah, I'll see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.